Testing 1, 2, 3. What's up, guys, and welcome to another Bull Rush Live. Today is August 22nd, and I just wanted to welcome all 152,728 Bull Rush competitors. It's a big milestone. I remember last week, I think we were at 145 or 146 or something like that, so just under 150. So we've officially hit 150,000 Bull Rush users, another big milestone. I remember at the beginning of the year, we were talking about how we just hit like 40,000 or something like that, 30,000. So the growth has been amazing, and you know, we couldn't thank anybody more than we can thank you guys, because you guys are crucial to Bull Rush's growth. You know, we can tell as many people as we want how good Bull Rush is, but unless you guys are telling them, that's the proof in the pudding. Your guys' payouts, your guys' wins, that's the proof that Bull Rush works, and that's the proof that, and I mean, the 152,000 people we have on our platform competing is all that we need to know. We got an action-packed show for you today. We got some really big news out of the Forex market, a little bit of news in Asia. Of course, we got the Jackson Hole Symposium we're going to cover, as well as some more news out of England with the British pound. We're also going to cover some, obviously, crypto news. You know, I'm the crypto bro here at Bull Rush, so we're going to cover some crypto news. We got some more fraud, another 300 million in digital assets that have been frozen. We're going to head over and talk about the Justice Department and their new approach to crypto developers, as well as covering a little bit of updates in Ethereum, because we know Ethereum has been absolutely pumping. We're going to glaze over how crypto's kind of been rocky the last week, everything but Ethereum, but Ethereum's been absolutely pumping. And then, of course, we're going to talk NFL sports. We just had one of the last, well, this upcoming weekend is going to be technically the last weekend of preseason. But we're going to talk about what happened there in the last week in NFL. Of course, we got a few actual knockouts, so 2 concussion protocols. And then, of course, we're going to head over to England, because we got some NFL news out of England. England wants a Super Bowl, and I'm going to tell you all about the new Super Bowl. How can you win the 100K? Sports Picker has already asked how you can win the 100K. Right into it. There's a very handsome guy, I think, that's about to hop on screen, so stay tuned, ladies.
You want a shot at $50,000 in cold, hard cash? Well, BullRush just dropped a new sports comp, the NFL Survivor. And the total prize pool, a massive $100,000. First place gets 50 grand, straight up. Think you got the picks to survive 20 weeks? Here's how it works. Start each week with a 100K fantasy bankroll. Make picks using real NFL odds. Place in the top 80% and you survive. Below that, you're out. Your bankroll resets each week, so a bad week doesn't kill your season. Make it to week 20, and you and all the other survivors split the entire $100,000. You want the bag? Prove it. Join NFL Survivor only on BullRush. You want a shot at $50,000 in cold, hard cash? Well, BullRush just dropped a new sports comp, the NFL Survivor. And the total prize pool, a massive...
Brother, turn your sound up. I just double checked. The sound is all good. If anybody else can't hear me, just let me know. But what I said was, yes, we are giving away $100,000 in our new NFL Survivor competition. $100,000 in total. Actually, it's $110,000 in total prizes. And right now, you can join with code CASHBACK and get $50 back when you enter. Let me pull up my screen here and I'll show you a little bit more and we'll dive a little bit deeper into the competition. Let me just double check, make sure. All right. Okay, cool. I had to make sure. A sports picker over there gaslighting me. Yeah, sound was good the whole time. Let me hop in here and I'll tell you guys all about the NFL sports picker. Boom! Look at that graphic. Anybody seen the Costco guys? Have you ever seen the Costco guys? You know what the NFL Survivor gets? 5 big booms. Boom, 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 boom. If you haven't, just look up Costco, guys. You'll know what I'm talking about. But yes, $50 cash back right now when you enter the NFL Survivor. Let's break down what that entails. So the NFL Survivor is $100,000. It's actually $110,000, $100,000 for the final round, and then $10,000 throughout the weeks. 20 weeks of competition, 19 weeks for the regular season, and then week 20 is going to be your playoffs and Super Bowl, of course. Each week you get one 100K fantasy bankroll, so you get $100,000 to place as many picks as, well, I guess not as many picks as you want, but as many picks as you can with one. The prizes at the end. So there's $100,000 in total prizes. Like I said, 80% advance each round. Excuse me, this coffee. 20 rounds to claim your share of the 100,000 bankroll, place picks. The kind of picks people have been asking me a lot. What kind of picks can you place on BullRush? You can place money lines, parlays, single bets, point spreads, total points, total point over and unders, player props. So you can do, Lamar Jackson over, 1,000 or 500 rushing yards or something like that, for the game. Any bet you can imagine as far as player props and straight up bets you can do, as well as parlays, and there's no limit to how big your parlays can get. So get crazy with it. If you make it to round 20, these are the prizes for round 20. So first place is going to get $50,000. Second place is going to get $20,000. Third place is going to get $10,000. Fourth place will get $5,000. Fifth place, $2,500. Sixth through 10th are all going to get $1,000. And then everybody in round 20, if you're past 10th place, is all going to get $200. So what that means is
Testing 1, 2. What's up, guys? All right, that's 2. That's not good. Hello. Testing. What's up, guys? All right. I'll just have to talk, I guess, a little bit louder. Hello. What's up, guys? All right, I'm gonna do it like this. Hello, hello, hello. All right. All right, we're back. If you can hear me now, it's gonna be not as good quality, but you should be able to hear me. What's up, guys? All right, I'm gonna do it like this. Let me just make sure. All right, so back to this. I was saying there's gonna be. Sorry for the technical difficulties there. There's going to be $100,000 worth of prizes. We'll hop right over here. The last round, round 20, you're going to get $100,000. First place, $50,000. Second, it's $20,000. Third, $10,000. Fourth, $5,000. Fifth, $2,500. Sixth through 10th, $1,000. And the remaining 20 people will all get $200. And so if you don't remember that deal, or if you couldn't hear me because of that deal originally, we're doing a deal where if you pay the $100 entry fee and use code CASHBACK, we're going to cut that price in half and we're going to give you $50 back. So that means that as long as you make it to round 20, you can quadruple your amount from $50 to $200. But wait, there's even more because there's also weekly rewards. So every week, the first placer of every round will get a guaranteed entry into round 20 where there's that $100,000 worth of prizes. And then weeks 10 through 19, we're going to give away first place obviously is always going to get that guaranteed entry. Plus first place will give $500, second $350, and third $150. If you did your math right, that's a total of $1,000 every week from week 10 through 19. So the last 10 weeks, we'll get $1,000 worth of prizes. Remember, this isn't as crazy as you think. If you really think about it, all you got to do is be in the top 80% and knowing gambling or knowing, people sports betting and sports picking and stuff like that. Majority of the people are going to go full tilt and bet most of their stack right away. So you're going to want to make sure you're in this competition. This is definitely something that you do not want to miss. pulling up something else here. I just wanted to let you guys know about a few updates that are going to be going into effect this week. So actually today, I believe at the end of the day, so let's just say they're going to be going into effect by tomorrow. You'll see these in the system. So going forward, we'll have daily competition. I'm sorry, I'm blind. I got to make this document a little bit bigger. I can't read. But we'll have daily competition. So now our daily competitions will have a 99-cent entry fee. Users can use, so you'll be able to use promo credits to enter that. And the prize, first place will get a 5K prop account. Second through third will get $5 basic 2-to-1 challenges, which means that you'll be able to turn $5 into $10. So pretty much for 99 cents, you have a chance of either winning an account where you could win $10 or win a $5,000 prop account. Of course, like I said, those are going to be 99 cents, and those are every single day. We're also going to be having new weekly competitions. So the weekly competition entry fee will be $4.99 USD. Again, you can also use promo credits for this competition. First place for this is going to be winning a 10K prop account on BullRush Prop. It's an A-booked account. Second through third will all be winning 5K prop accounts, and then fourth through fifth, or I should say fourth and fifth place, are both going to be winning a $5 basic 2-to-1 challenge on the BullRush competition platform, where you can turn $5 into about $10. Or actually, I believe it's $15 technically, because you get your $5 that you put in back. Anyways, so $15 is what you'll win. Same thing for the $5 basic 2-to-1 challenge that you're going to win on the daily competition. Also, for the weekly competition, one thing I wanted to mention is if you aren't doing good or if you wasted all your money or something like that, you are allowed to rebuy it. Entry fee is $4.99. You can enter as many times as you want. We'll also be having the profit sprint competition. That one is going from $5 to $4.99 for entry fee. Of course, like always, you have a rebuy, and you'll be able to use 100% promo credits for that competition. So essentially, with the promo credits, just remember, for all of our competitions going forward, you're going to be able to use 100% promo credits if you'd like. So you can use a mix, you can use 100%, however you want. You can use those promo credits. There's going to be a 5% max trailing drawdown and a 5% profit target. Remember, for the profit sprint, it's whoever gets to that 5% profit target the fastest. So if you get there, it's a week-long competition. By day 3, you get there, and it takes you 3 days to get there, and then someone else joins the next day, and they get there within an hour, you're going to be in second place. So it's whoever gets to 5% the fastest. And for those, the prizes are going to be, first place is going to get 10K prop account. Second place is going to get second and third place are both going to get $5 basic 2-to-1 challenges. Check my chat here, make sure everybody can hear me. I know the audio is a little shitty now. I think people take calls in here sometimes, and I think this was on the ground when I came in, so it might have fallen while I was gone. So I don't know, might be a cable that's misaligned or something like that, but shitty audio right now, but we'll deal with it. I talk a little louder. If at any point you can't hear me, just let me know in the chat. But we do have an amazing show, so you don't want to miss this amazing show. What was I going? Oh yeah, let me finish. Let me see if there's any more competitions. So that is the profit sprint. So remember, we're gonna have daily competitions, 99-cent entry fee, weekly competitions, $4.99 entry fee, and then of course our profit sprint competition, where we have a $4.99 entry fee, and you have to get a 5% profit target, and whoever hits that the fastest. All of those have a mix between BullRush A-book prop accounts and BullRush basic challenges where you can just double or triple your money. There's one more thing. I'm sorry, I'm just double checking here. So you can use 100% promo credit to enter competitions. We're giving away a total of 50 prop accounts a month. So I think there's about 40 prop accounts that we'll be giving away throughout competitions. And make sure you're in our Discord because we'll be giving away around 10 prop accounts every month on social media and Discord. So that's the other thing. So every month, 50 prop accounts, 40 throughout the competitions between the daily, weekly, and profit sprint competitions, and then 10 additional ones every month across social media and Discord. You have to join them both. So you make sure you follow us on all social media, all Discords, BullRush at BullRush COMP, BullRush Comp on all social medias. Instagram, it's BullRush_COMP. Make sure you follow us, and then make sure you click the link in the bio for the Discord link. The September monthly is still going to be happening. So that monthly competition, September is going to be the last month. So if you're this month, you're in those satellites and you got entered into that monthly competition, we are still doing the Saturday monthly competition, but we are no longer after September. We're also doing the XP Championship competition, but we're no longer doing it after September. So September will be our last month for the XP Championship competition. And I believe the total amount of prop accounts that we're giving away is about $200,000 to $250,000 worth of prop accounts a month. So stay tuned. Stay tuned for all that. Sorry, I was just making sure. There's a lot of updates. I wanted to cover them. So really quick, lightning round. Let me see if there's any questions in the chat. Lightning round, daily competitions, 99 cents to enter, 5K prop account first, second, third, $5 basic 2-to-1 challenge. Weekly competitions now $4.99 to enter. 100%, remember 100% promo credits for all of these competitions you can enter. First place for that $4.99 weekly competition is going to get a 10K A-book prop account. Second, third, 5K book A-book prop account. Fourth and fifth, $5 basic 2-to-1 challenge. And then profit sprint competition is $4.99. Is $4.99 a week. If nobody, it's bi-weekly, so it runs 2 weeks. If nobody hits it by the end date, it'll be extended by 1 additional week. You are allowed to rebuy for that competition. You're also allowed to rebuy for the weekly competition. 5% max drawdown, 5% profit target, and first place gets a 10K prop account. Second and third place get $5 basic 2-to-1 challenges. After, we will have September monthly tournament, but after that, there won't be the monthly tournament that's $50 to enter. And then XP Championship competition and XP monthly leaderboard prizes will still run for next month, but we will not have them after September. So September will be the final month for that. Any other questions? Let me make sure that you can still hear me here. Free round, we'll get guaranteed entry into round 20 where there's that 100 MP BullRush comp. I guess it's not that bad. All right. Instagram, it's I just wanted to make sure that we weren't. September. I didn't sound too bad. All right. So now, what do you guys want? Should I go over some more updates? I know I just was ranting on for a long time here. But 100K prop. Oh, the new prop account. Really quick, let me bring up the new Evergreen prop deal. So now, if you use code WELCOME, you get 30% off all new accounts. If you've never had a BullRush prop account, you get 30% off any prop account with code WELCOME. If you've had those before, you can still get 20% off any 5, 10, or 25K account using code SAVE20, and you can still get 15% off any 50, 100, or 200K account using SAVE15. For codes, for the second 2 codes, the 20% off code and the 15% off code, use them as many times as you want. Welcome is only for brand new accounts, so 30% off for new accounts using code WELCOME. Use code SAVE20 for 20% off and code SAVE15. And really quick, because I get this question a lot as well, is what is a prop account? Or sorry, what is an A-book prop account? Because everybody knows prop accounts. Everybody knows, we're not going to name names, but, everybody knows all these other big prop accounts out there. But what's one thing that's terrible about every big prop account, or every prop account eventually? Oh, wait. They don't pay you. Every prop firm eventually doesn't pay you. Yeah, some of them or all of them will pay you at some point, or they'll pay some people at some point, but eventually every prop firm stops paying you. And why is that? Because it's you versus the prop firm. With a B-book prop firm, you're essentially, let's say you get a $100,000 account and you're trading a $100,000 account. That $100,000 account, if you trade $50,000 worth of that $100,000 account, that's not actually, those trades aren't actually going to the market. So the only way that the prop firm, B-book prop firm, makes money is if you bust your account and they don't have to pay you out, because then they just got that challenge price and that's how they make money. If you're profitable with a B-book prop firm, they're like, oh shit, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? And then because now they have to pay you out, and they're not putting those trades in the market. So if you really think about it, a B-book prop firm is like a casino. Now A-book, BullRush, where we come in, we actually put your trades to market. So instead of us having to sit there and be like, oh no, John is a successful trader. He's up 20% in his $100,000 account. We're gonna have to pay him 20 grand. No, guess what? We're sitting there and we're like, oh shoot, John's up 20%. Let's go. He's a successful trader. We can split 20 grand, because that's we actually put the trades in the market. So being A-book, you put the trades into market. So it's not you versus the prop firm or you versus us. It's you and us versus the market. Every other prop firm is you versus the prop firm. So, at the end of the day, no issues trading with any other prop firm. It's just your money's at risk, and do you want to risk not being paid out? Do you want to, just like I say, it's nothing against you if you go to the casino and play blackjack. Nothing against you if you go to the casino and trade with a B-book prop firm. But when you're ready to be a real trader, when you're ready to trade in the market, and when you're ready to have real stability and real risk management and real trust that you'll never have a missed payout, go to BullRush. Go to one of the most trusted props in the industry, BullRush, the only verifiable A-book prop firm. If anybody else out there is saying they're A-booked, ask them, who's your liquidity provider? If they cannot provide that, calling cap. They're capping. There's cap in their wrap. They are not A-booked. Us, we use Forex. We promote that. We tell people that. You can ask Forex and they will verify that. Forex is our liquidity provider, and we actually put your trades to market. So when you're ready to be a real trader, when you're ready to trade with a real A-book prop firm, and when you're ready to never have your payouts denied ever, head over to bullrush.com, click on that prop tab at the top, and then use these discount codes. Welcome for 30% off your first one. Save 20 for 20% off 5, 10, and 25K accounts, and save 15 for 50, 100, and 200K accounts. Let's get into some news before we get into anything else. Here, well, hold up. I got a phone call. Let me answer this.
What's going on, fine citizens? Football season is finally upon us. Rejoice, and I could be more excited to tell you that I'm partnering with my good friends at BullRush for a brand new show, the Monday Night Edge with Dan Leach. It's going to be sick. The hottest picks, the craziest game recaps, tons of giveaways, and so much more launching in August. Monday nights, 6 p.m. Eastern, for an hour on all major streaming platforms. You don't want to miss it. Be there and believe in the dream.
And if you believe in the dream, you got to catch Dan live every Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern, right before the NFL Monday night game. I mean, I was there last week. The action was there. He was pumping it up. And of course, I'm going to make some money because I'm going to place some bets or some picks on what he is saying. Of course, I can't compete in the NFL Survivor Tournament, so I'll be placing some regular picks in other places. But I got a BullRush competition, sports picking competition for the NFL season, but it's just a private one between me and my friends. So I'll definitely be crushing my buddies using his picks. But if you want some amazing picks, if you're ready to make some money this NFL season, and if you want to edge up in the NFL Survivor Tournament, make sure you watch the Monday Night Edge right where you're watching this right now. We're also be playing it. If you're here on Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern at night, you're going to see Dan Leach with the Monday Night Edge. Action-packed show. He's going to be going over the previous week's games, forecasting the future games coming up, and of course, going over the best picks, latest picks, best NFL futures, and of course some really cool exclusive interviews. Last week he had Matt from ESPN Richmond on. Great show, very entertaining. So you do not want to miss that. Make sure you tune in. You got me paranoid with this sound now, Sports Picker. I'm like double checking. I don't know what happened with this mic. That was crazy. But yes, so make sure you tune in to that show. Let's get into some Forex news. I feel like I've been ranting about random stuff for a long time. We get a good amount of people here. I know you guys probably want to hear some news, so let me hop into some news here, and we're going to go over first Forex. Like I said, some big news in Forex. We got some big news in crypto and some big NFL news. Stay tuned till the end to hear about that crazy NFL news, and of course, some more deals. So let's get right into it. So Asian markets kicked off this week on a strong note, with Japan's Nikkei and Taiwan's indices surging to new highs, and Chinese blue chip stocks climbing to their best level in 10 months. Investor optimism continues to be driven by growing expectations for global interest rate cuts, with traders anticipating further easing by major central banks as inflationary pressures show signs of cooling. This sentiment has provided a strong boost to equities across the region, particularly in technology and export-oriented sectors. At the same time, oil prices drifted lower as geopolitical tensions in several key energy-producing regions began to subside, further supporting risk appetite and enhancing confidence in the region's near-term growth outlook. Meanwhile, the US dollar remained stable at 97.85 on the dollar index, holding its ground ahead of what is shaping up to be a pivotal week for global financial markets. Investors are closely monitoring major diplomatic developments, including key international meetings, and are especially focused on the upcoming Jackson Hole Symposium, where central bankers are expected to outline future policy direction. Recent U.S. economic data has come in stronger than forecasted, prompting traders to scale back expectations of aggressive rate cuts, with probabilities for a September move now down to 84% from nearly 98%. This shift has injected an element of caution into the markets as participants weigh the possibility of the Fed taking a slower, more deliberate approach to easing. And last but not least, in Europe, the British pound is holding steady at $1.3547 as market participants await several critical developments. Chief among these is the release of UK inflation data, which will provide fresh insight into the Bank of England's policy trajectory, as well as upcoming high-stakes meeting on Ukraine involving President Trump and Ukrainian officials. The outcome of this meeting could have significant geopolitical and economic implications. Economists widely expect July core inflation to ease slightly, and a softer reading could potentially relieve some pressure on the central bank, influencing sterling's performance in the days ahead. For now, traders remain on edge, balancing domestic economic indicators with the broader geopolitical backdrop. Lots of news out there. I mean, it's interesting to see what happens there at the Jackson Hole Symposium, and to see what big dog. When is that? Sorry, I just wanted to. I thought it was today. No. Sorry. Let me just double check that. Yeah, it is today. So it's at 10 a.m. I could have sworn my script here said something different. But yes, so that'll be today at 10 a.m. Unfortunately, the show will be done by then. But of course, I'll talk about it next week. I'll give you all the updates and I'll let you know what big happened. And of course, by the time we do this show next week, we'll have seen the effects. So we'll see how it affected crypto, because I think there's going to be some big effects on crypto come with this news coming out, as well as the effects, of course, on FX and stocks and all those other good things.
Let's hop into some crypto news because we all love crypto here. Crypto has been absolutely, I think 2025 has been the year of crypto, but again, I feel like I say this to my friends all the time. Let's look at, before we get into the crypto news, let's look at some charts real quick. So Bitcoin right now, current price is 112,358. 2.2 trillion market cap. Ethereum at 4,251, absolutely pumping. The only one here at the top 5 who is still up right now in the last day. Let's look at the last week's change here. So in the last week, Bitcoin is down 5.45%. Down to 112,419. Ethereum is down a little bit. I guess a much larger than Bitcoin, but 8.31%. XRP at 281. Unfortunately, 281 right now. Sorry, I didn't mean to click on that. Tether doesn't matter. Sorry, it's just BNB. It's just a USDT coin. BNB at 848, up 0.29% over the last week. Again, people look at this and they say, "Oh, it's the end of crypto." Look at the crypto market crashing. But let's just look at the last month. Bitcoin's down 4.9%. Ethereum is up 16% in the last month. Let's just look at the rise of Ethereum, because we're going to be talking about Ethereum here in this news story a little bit. But Ethereum has had an absolute pump here in the last month. Starting the month out here at 3,648, and even now after this crash, we're at 4,256 with a height on August 14th at $4,791. So really great. Ethereum, unfortunately, I wish I had more, but what are you gonna do? So let's hop into some crypto news. Like I said, got some fraud news. We all love that fraud news, that tea. So I'm gonna spill all the tea for you for the fraud. Some updates at the U.S. Department of Justice, and then of course we saw that Ethereum absolute pump a dump. We're gonna cover all that you need to know about that Ethereum pump. So first, oh my god, a major crackdown on crypto fraud has resulted in over 300 million in digital assets being frozen. In what authorities are calling a significant victory against online scams, the operation was a coordinated effort involving T3FCU, Tron, Tether, TRM Labs, Binance, and Chainalysis, targeting schemes such as the so-called pig butchering scams and romance frauds that have victimized thousands worldwide. While the freeze marks a major step forward, officials caution that recovering these funds and returning them to the victims remains a complex challenge given the global and decentralized nature of cryptocurrency transactions. If you guys don't remember, at this point, I think it was October of last year, we covered the story where I think like 206, it was two, I don't want to get the I think they're from the Philippines, but it was like an 18-year-old and a 20-year-old, and they're in Miami, and they stole from one guy like 250 or 260 million dollars worth of Bitcoin. They went down to they moved to Miami, started partying. We're getting 10,000, 20, 30, 40, 50, $100,000 sections at clubs. Of course, spending all that money, driving foreign cars, buying, their girls, random girls, like Birkin bags, which if you don't know are like $30, $40, $50,000 bags, just balling out, living life. And of course, when you're living life like that, if it's not legal, the government's going to look into it. And they did. And they took the money back. But the thing I thought was insane was, obviously they blew all the money. But what the guy got back, the guy who got 260 million stolen from, because remember, it was all 260 from one guy, all he got back was like $40 million or something like that, which is like, I'm like, oh, all he got back was 40 million, which is still insane amount of money. But $40 million out of 260, like, brother, that's a huge L. So, yeah, it can get very tricky. I know I've lost crypto in not scams like this, but I've lost crypto in quite a few instances. And once it's gone, it's very, very hard to get back, even if the government has it. So, I'm interested to see how much of this $300 million ends up in some government account and how much of it actually gets sent back to the victims who were robbed. I'm going to do another check on the sound, make sure once it's gone, it's very, very hard. Okay, sound good. Sound is good. All right, next up, but yeah, interested to see how that plays out. But in a separate but equally impactful development, the U.S. Department of Justice has announced a landmark policy shift in how it approaches crypto developers. Moving forward, creators of decentralized platforms will not face prosecution simply for writing code unless there is clear criminal intent. This is being hailed as a win for innovation in blockchain space, signaling a retreat from previous enforcement strategies that many in the industry criticize as overly aggressive. Experts say that this could encourage a more open source development and foster new technologies without the fear of undue pressure. At the end of the day, people who then and this goes into Ross Ulbricht. Again, Ross Ulbricht maybe a little bit more criminally at fault than this example, but so may not be the best example, but it's the first one that comes to mind. Creating softwares where people commit crimes on, it should not fall back on the software creator. Good example of this is Telegram or Meta. Meta's a great example. A lot of crimes happen on Facebook, Instagram. Sex trafficking, drug trade or dealing or whatever you want to call it, drug stuff. So lots of things happening on these websites, but prosecutors don't go after Mark Zuckerberg because he just built the platform. It's against the terms and policies. Same thing with a lot of these crypto people. Unless it's if they do not have criminal intent, I don't think they should be have legal ramifications for things that were not created with illicit intent. So makes sense, should be good, and like I just said there, it should open up way more open sourcing and skyrocket the development of new crypto technologies. And in the markets, Ethereum, like we just talked about, is seeing a powerful surge, climbing to $2,487 as institutional interest pours into newly launched Ethereum ETFs. With staking yields around 3.5% and a steady wave of institutional buying, analysts are calling Ethereum a standout digital commodity in an evolving crypto landscape. This surge underscores growing confidence in Ethereum's long-term potential and solidifies its role as more than just a speculative asset. It's becoming a key pillar to the digital economy. Like we just said, I said it was 2,487. Yeah, crazy prices there. It's been surging insanely, and I got one more ad here, and then we'll get into NFL. We'll also check out some actual competitions here because we just had. I think we just had a competition end here, but let's get into this quick ad read from our sponsors, BullRush, and we'll get right into it. Nope, that was a...
This isn't fantasy football, it's real competition. Welcome to the NFL Survivor Tournament. You versus the field. $100 to enter, $100,000 in total prizes, $50K to the winner. Start each week with a $100K bankroll. Pick games, win returns. Top 80% survive. Bottom 20%, you're out. Bankroll resets weekly, no carryover. 20 weeks, $100K. Will you take home the cash? Sign up, lock in, and let's see if you've got the guts to survive.
We're back. I just wanted to go in here real quick and give you guys an update on actually our NFL preseason competition. There's only 51 people left out of all the people that had joined at the beginning. Round one is finished. We got Pico, who got 75% returns in round one. He turned 100K into $175,000. If this man was really in a real sports book, he would have just made $75,000. He only had 4 picks. His biggest winning pick was 93,000, so that means he lost a couple. But I mean, 75% returns, 100% hit rate. You can't. So he probably still has some picks in there. Second place was Carly Zaza with a 73% rate return, and then third place was Bang Sarigan with a 60% return. All really great. Right now, in first place in round 2, which finishes in about a day on August 24th so 2 days, just under 2 days, August 24th at 8 a.m. We got Joxamy in first place. Whoa! Oh, so he's already doubled his money. I'm sorry, I was looking at this kind of. Let's look at his dashboard. So he's already doubled his money. Guys, all you sports bettors and sports pickers out there, handicappers, if you're not on BullRush, look at his dashboard. I mean, I could see daily returns. It looks like he only placed a pick on one day here on the 19th. But geez, look at this. So he went full tilt, placed $100,000 on the who did he pick on? Oh, under 35. He placed $100,000 for it to be under 35 total points. Of course, won that, doubled it to 202, and then right now he has another pick in active, obviously, because his available bankroll, which is right here in orange, is only $2,000, and his amount at risk, which is over here in that teal, is $200,000. So he got 200K at risk. Of course, if you're a sports picker or handicapper, you can go in here, track all of your picks, even if you place them on a traditional sports book. Place them on a traditional sports book, and then also place them here, because you're going to get your daily stats here for every single day that you pick. If I click on this, for example, it didn't come up. The internet's a little slow right now, but yeah, you see all of the number of picks in total that you've placed, picks you've lost, picks you've won, your last pick result, your win rate, average winning pick, highest winning pick, average pick size, average losing pick, all of the above, and of course you get this nice little chart to see throughout time how your picks have been going. But good job, Joxamy. We got him in first place right now. We got Chris Nair in second place with $195,000 or 95% returns. And then we got Ben Sagarini in third place with 95% returns. And he's got 0 at risk right now. So he is cash heavy. He's just chilling here. I mean, this is a good look. This is a really good method. And I'm going to give you guys some free game here for when you join the NFL Survivor, because I know right after this call you're going to use that code and join the NFL Survivor. If you're like in a situation like this where you're in third place, like this guy, he's got $195,000 bankroll. He's got nothing at risk. He's got 95% returns. And then you got these two people above you who, this guy only has 238 available. This guy's 2,000. They pretty much both have almost $200,000 at risk. If they lose those bets, brother, you're in first place. So you might as well hang out there. What's up, Master Chairs for Best? I thought you were going to be in this. How are you doing, good sir? I don't know if you missed my updates earlier, but I'll go over them one more time for you because I know you're very active, so I want to make sure you know about all of the new updates that are going to affect this week. Let me know in the chat if you want to hear those, Master Chairs for Best. If not, I'll just skip that. But good job, guys. So like I said, if you're in these sports picking competitions and the competition's coming to a close soon, like this one is in 2 days, I would hang out. I will give it to maybe tomorrow, and see if any of these, I mean, the one bad thing is you don't know what picks they have, so it might just end on the 24th in the morning. So before you actually have any of your, anything come through and get finished, or before you have any of these bets, the other people's picks end, you might not be able to adjust and place another pick to go over if they didn't lose. But, if you're happy with third, and you don't want to, obviously ruin your chances of losing and going way down, chill here. There's a good chance that, the first and second place are gonna crash out. The only other thing you got to worry about is right here. We got all of these people. So amount at risk. This guy has a lot of at risk. This guy has a lot of risk. So these two guys could definitely skyrocket up because there's some crazy bets. Like I said, with the parlays, there's really no limit to how much you could
I mean, obviously 100,000 bankroll, so that's the most you can bet. But as far as parlays, you could place a pick on every. I guess there is a limit because there's only a certain amount of games, so technically there's a limit. But it's not like some other sports books where you can only place a nine leg parlay or 5 leg parlay or something like that, or we're gonna cap you out at plus 1,000 odds or something like that. No cap on odds, no cap on amount of picks in the parlay. Just obviously your bankroll and the amount of games that you can actually place picks on. So make sure you hop in there. You guys ready for some sports news? I think, there is a trading competition. I mean, we got the weekly that's about to end today. And then, of course, we got our daily one. We got a bunch of active ones right now. Let's hop in since we were just talking about the Profit Sprint. So Profit Sprint is going to be ending on August 29th. But as of right now, we've got 2 people that are in have 5% returns. Remember, there are 3 prizes. So there's one more prize up for grabs. But as of right now, we got Boo 55 in first place with 5.38% returns. And he took 15 hours and 43 minutes. Next, we got Lemise in second place with 5.10% returns and in 19 hours and 59 minutes. If anybody can go in here, you have until August 29th, so pretty much the end of the month to go in here. If you can go in here and you can get 5% returns essentially faster than 15 hours and 43 minutes, if you get it in 15 hours and 42 minutes, you win first place. If you get it in 16 hours, you win second place. And even if you just get 5% returns at this point, you're going to get third place. So make sure you hop in there. I believe this competition is only $5 to join. Yep, it only costs $5 to join. You can use real credits or promo credits to enter this. And you could get yourself up to a 10K challenge or a 5K challenge. So make sure you hop into that. You guys ready for some NFL news? Let's go over some NFL news because we are getting close to that time. All right, let me take another sip because we're going to go through this fast. We're going to pop, 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 pop. You guys ready? NFL. So first up, the New York Giants received some good news this week as rookie quarterback Jackson Dart has been cleared following a head injury scared during their preseason matchup against the Patriots last night. Dart exited the game after taking a hard hit but later passed concussion protocols. While he did not return to the field, his preseason performance remains one of the bright spots for the Giants, posting 372 yards and 3 touchdowns on a 68.1% completion rate. Despite the impressive numbers, veteran Russell Wilson will still be expected, or is still expected, to start the regular season opener. That was a gnarly hit if anybody watched that game. In Indianapolis, the Colts have officially named Daniel Jones as their starting quarterback for the upcoming season. Jones, who signed a 1-year deal after moving between teams last year, earned the nod over Anthony Richardson thanks to his strong preseason showing and consistency throughout training camp. Coaches believe Jones' experience and steady play will provide the stability the team needs as they enter the season with high expectations. I'm gonna clear my glasses here. Shout out to Neil because we got our CMO Neil. We got some big news out of England on Daniel Jones. Should be very interesting to see that him start. He should be starting, especially if he starts consistently with the Colts. And again, gnarly head injury over there with the Giants. Across the Atlantic, momentum is building for historic change to the NFL's biggest event. UK ambassador to the US, Peter Mandelson, is leading a push to host the Super Bowl in Britain, which would mark the first time the game has ever been played outside of the United States. With international NFL games already set in Europe and South America, support of the idea is gaining traction among league officials, sponsors, and fans eager to see American football's biggest spectacle on the global stage. Would be huge. Sounds like a trip to London, guys. Meanwhile, in Los Angeles, the Chargers received a scare when wide receiver Quentin Johnston suffered a concussion during their preseason game against the Rams. Johnston was carted off the field after a hard tackle, but was later reported to be alert, responsive, and in good spirits during medical evaluation. Head coach Jim Harbaugh reassured fans that while the incident looked serious at first, early signs suggest Johnston avoided a more severe injury, a relief for the Chargers as they prepare for this season ahead. Again, lots of head injuries in this preseason. Lots of head injuries in this preseason. We got one more week of preseason. I'm excited to see the last week of preseason. I'm super excited, obviously, for the season start here in September. Make sure on Monday you watch that Monday Night Edge with Dan Leach. That's going to be a huge show. Like I said, if you really want to win that $50,000, I think so. Technically, the most you can win with the $100K. And while I say this, let me pull up this discount because remember, you can get $50 cash back. Let me actually pause this because I don't want this to. Oh, sorry. I guess I do have to loop it because it's a video. But remember, you can get $50 cash back for joining the NFL Survivor. So the Monday Night Edge with Dan Leach is a show you do not want to miss because it is crucial. It will be crucial, and it'll give you the biggest edge. I mean, hence the name Monday Night Edge. It's going to give you the biggest edge in sports picking. It's going to give you the biggest edge in this competition, the NFL Survivor. And, of course, it's going to be very, very, very entertaining. Make sure you join. Make sure you watch that. Make sure you use that code CASHBACK only until August 31st, so just a few more days. So make sure you go on BullRush.com, go to BullRush.tech, go to the NFL Survivor. When you deposit, use code CASHBACK so you get $50 cash back when entering that. That makes the tournament entry from $100 all the way down to $50. I mean, it's a no-brainer. If you make it to the final round or you win any of the first place, if you win first place in any of the 20 weeks, you're going to get a minimum of $200 because you're going to make it into that final round. And of course, if you win first place week 10 through 19 and then first place in week 20, you're going to win the most you could win is $55,000. Remember, second place is like 20, third place 10. I mean, it's insane amounts of money, life-changing amounts of money. Put a down payment on a new car, buy that new car outright, depending on how much it is. I know I could buy 2 cars. My car is not worth anything, so I could buy like 2-3 cars with that amount that I have. But yes, use code CASHBACK for $50 back. Master Chair Sport Best, I'm going to go over the updates really quick for you one more time. So now, on all competitions, you're going to be able to use 100% promo credits if you would like. Daily competitions are now 99-cent entry. First place is going to get a 5K prop account. Second place will get a $5 basic 2-to-1 challenge. Remember, all these competitions I'm talking about that you have to pay entry for, you can use promo credits now. Now it's not just max 50% promo credits, 50% real credits. You could use up to 100% promo credits. You can still, level it out if you want to use half promo, half real, but you could use up to 100% promo credits. Weekly competitions now have $4.99 entry fee. Again, 100% promo credits. First place gets a 10K prop account. Second and third will get 5K prop account, and fourth and fifth will get a $5 basic 2-to-1 challenge, where you can pretty much turn $5 into $15. But since you're getting it for free, you could win $15. And then, of course, we have a profit sprint after this week. It's essentially staying the same, just the prizes. Actually, the prizes are the same, too. So just so the only thing changing is the 100% promo entry, but it's actually lowering in price. So it was $5, now it's $4.99. There's a 5% max trailing drawdown and a 5% profit target to hit. Remember, it's the person who hits that 5% profit target the fastest. So if we just broke it down when we looked into the profit target here, I can pull it up right now really quick. I still have it up. So for example, here we see first place hit it in 15 hours and 43 minutes. Second place hit it in 19 hours and 59 minutes. If you go in there today and hit it in 10 hours, you're going to get first place. So make sure you hop into that. And then our monthly competition, we're still doing it in September, but after September, there will no longer be a monthly competition. And same thing with the XP Championship competition. We're still doing it in September, but after September, there will be no more XP Championship competition. And then last but not least, the Crypto Weekend competition and the Battle of the Bulls tournament. Both of those, the competition, Crypto Weekend competition and the Battle of the Bulls, will both be free. For Crypto Weekend, first place will win a 5K prop account challenge, and there is no rebuys because it is a free competition. Battle of the Bulls tournament will also be free, held in its regular time, and the prizes will be first place wins a 10K A-Book prop account, second place 5K A-Book prop account, and third place a 5K A-Book prop account. So make sure that you use code AMA promo if you want to join any of those trading competitions because you get 100% deposit bonus up to $50. So if you deposit $50, we'll give you $50 in promo credits. And then if you want to join that NFL Survivor, make sure you use that code CASHBACK until August 31st to get $50 cash back, lowering the entry fee for that NFL Survivor tournament by 50%. And you get a little $50 cash in your pocket. I had a great show. Sorry for the audio issues. We're going to get that mic fixed. I'm going to put it up somewhere so it can't fall anymore and mess up the cables. I had a really great show. Make sure you tune in to the Monday Night Edge with Dan Leach. Make sure you tune into the Monday Night Edge with Dan Leach. That's a show you don't want to miss. Make sure you trade, compete, and win. Cash back for $50 cash back. Code AMA promo for a 100% deposit bonus. I've had an amazing time. I hope you had an amazing time. We'll be back here next week at 8:30 a.m. Eastern, and I'll see you next week.
You want a shot at $50,000 in cold, hard cash? Well, BullRush just dropped a new sports comp, the NFL Survivor. And the total prize pool, a massive $100,000. First place gets 50 grand straight up. Think you got the picks to survive 20 weeks? Here's how it works. Start each week with a 100K fantasy bankroll. Make picks using real NFL odds. Place in the top 80% and you survive. Below that, you're out. Your bankroll resets each week, so a bad week doesn't kill your season. Make it to week 20, and you and all the other survivors split the entire $100,000. You want the bag? Prove it. Join NFL Survivor only on BullRush. You want a shot at $50,000 in cold,